in terms of our consciousness, in terms of our awareness, is to become very aware and very discerning about what it is that we actually believe, to take the time to look and see, is that really our truth, or is that just something we've been programmed on? Because what lies beyond all our belief systems? The pure, clear consciousness that truly is us, without the filters that distort our reality. You know, thou shalt not judge. I noticed there were no amendments to that rule. It wasn't say, thou shalt not judge unless they're really fat, or thou shalt not judge unless they're let's say a Muslim, or a Mormon, or a black guy, or stupid, or whatever, or judge ourselves. You know, one of the biggest challenges that people face on a spiritual path, and I'm going to pretty much wrap up with this and then open up to any questions you might have, is how do I get to a place where I can unconditionally love and accept myself? Now, I know that's one of the major goals, and yet I've known very few people that have done it, or been able to do it. And yet, how can I love and accept myself when I'm defining myself as some little finite little human being with all the faults and the mistakes I've made and all this other stuff and limited in time? And I can't love that because it's a lie. It's a fantasy. It's not true. But if I'm embracing my own divinity and I'm refusing to define myself by limited terms, if I am an omniscient, omnipresent child of God, then what's not to love about that? And what's not to accept about that? Again, if I'm defining myself by my body and my personality and my personal history, I could probably come up with 100 reasons if you give me long enough. And yet, what can I judge? What can I not accept, or what can I not love if I'm embracing my divinity, my omniscient, omniscient spirit? Now, unconditional acceptance of others. Again, if I'm buying into the lie that they're that little human being with a little limited amount of time, with all the flaws and etc., I can't love that. Because again, I'm embracing a lie. And the thing is, I can't do it for myself if I'm not doing it for everybody else either. To start with recognizing, regardless of what the external projection is of that individual, looking out of their eyes is divinity. The thing interpreting the vibrations on their eardrums, turning them into thoughts and concepts which they can understand, is divinity. It is holy, and it is them, and it is you, and it is me. And anything else will keep us from reaching the goal which we ourselves set out for. Because if the subconscious mind is fully embracing a belief contrary to that, you'll just keep experiencing what you're believing, and you won't experience that deeper truth. Subconscious mind always wins. Always. Under any circumstances. You know, one of the things we were just, Gene and I were talking that there's some techniques in hypnosis where you can literally open up people's psychic abilities. Under a single hypnosis session, suddenly they're astral projecting, or they're reading auras, or they're channeling, or even take them up into a higher level of consciousness, which we refer to as ultra-height. And suddenly they're in that non-dualistic state of consciousness. And then you say to them, okay, from this level of awareness, I want you to see why you have this issue in your life. Tell me when you see it. They always see it. Okay? Tell me if there's an emotional root to this, an unresolved emotion, which there always is. They know what it is. You tell them, find where in your body located. They find where it is. Then you go through a process of just clearing it. You know? Or open up your psychic abilities, open up your channels, or look at this situation. You'll know whether you can trust this person or not. You know, one of the things that a saying, I don't know if I've actually heard it or I just thought it, but all deception is ultimately self-deception. There's a part of you that didn't want to see it. Or you were blinded by your own belief system, so you didn't see when you were being lied to or being dishonest to.